Welcome back to The Legal Brief, the show where we crush the various legal myths and misinformation surrounding various areas of the gun world. I'm your host, Adam Kraut, and today we're talking about not one, not two, but three gun control bills introduced by US Representative Carolyn B. Maloney, a real expert.
But that was the best bill they could get out at that particular time. I actually don't know what a barrel shroud is. I believe it's a shoulder thing that goes up.
Yup, it's that lady. SB Tactical, the originator of the pistol stabilizing brace, set the bar for innovation and product development in the PDW pistol category. From the insanely popular SB M4 to the adjustable SB A3 and even kits for pump-action firearms, SB Tactical braces are available for a wide variety of firearm platforms in fixed, adjustable, and side-folding models. To get 15% off your legally transported and carried pistol braces, use the code TGC15 over at sb-tactical.com. Fear not, Representative Maloney has shied away from including barrel shrouds in her latest proposals, but that doesn't make them any better than the nonsense she's proposed in the past. First up is H.R. 820, titled the Gun Show Loophole Closing Act of 2019. The bill would force operators of gun shows to register with the Attorney General, provided they meet certain criteria, such as being over 21, not being a prohibited person, or have willfully violated the Gun Control Act. Gun show operators would also be required to alert the Attorney General at least 30 days prior to a show with information pertaining to the time, date, location, and vendor identifying information. Now, I'm not sure why someone has to go through all this trouble to put together a conglomeration of beef jerky and stun gun vendors, but hey, I digress. Additionally, the bill would also make it illegal for individuals to conduct private sales without having the firearm transferred through a dealer and a background check conducted. This would not only apply to the inside of the show, but the immediate surrounding area as well. Put another way, you couldn't walk outside and conduct a private party sale.
Yeah, you know the law. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Failing to register as a gun show operator or a violation of the proposed record-keeping requirements would be punishable by up to 5 years imprisonment. Failure to alert the Attorney General that a gun show will occur or conducting a private party transaction without a background check through a dealer is punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment on the first offense and up to 5 years on the second or subsequent conviction. Shh, shh, shh. You guys hear that? I think I just heard a background check being conducted for an overpriced Mosin Nagant. Next is H.R. 821, which would require that NICS keep its records of background checks for a period of 90 days. Currently, those records are held for 24 hours before being destroyed, assuming you pass the background check. Now, there's some nuances to that 24-hour destruction timeline, but I'm not getting into that here. Last on the list is H.R. 822, entitled the Firearm Risk Protection Act of 2019. This bill would require anyone who owns or is buying a gun to have qualified liability insurance. It would also prohibit the sale of a firearm to an individual who could not present proof they had a policy. Now, you may be wondering what qualified liability insurance means. The bill defines it as liability insurance covering a person for losses resulting from use of the firearm while it's owned by them, and is issued by an insurer licensed or authorized to provide coverage by the state insurance regulatory authority for the state where you reside. And violations of this, if passed, would be a fine up to $10,000. For those of you wondering, at the time of filming, the Gun Show Loophole Closing Act has one co-sponsor. H.R. 821 and the Firearm Risk Protection Act of 2019 have a whopping no co-sponsors. All three bills are in the House Judiciary Committee. I told you guys 2019 was going to be a long year for gun control, but with your help, we can weather the storm and defeat any of these and similar bills. That's it for this episode. If you learned anything from the show, help us out. Hit that like button. Make sure you share it around with your friends. Don't forget to get subscribed, and if you enjoyed the video, consider supporting us via the links down in the video description. And as always, thanks for watching. Not one, not two, not three. No, we are talking about three. Gun control bills introduced by... One more time. I'm really bad at this. Fear not, Representative. And as always, thanks for watching. Beep-a-dee-ba-beep-a-doo, beep-a-dee-ba-beep-a-doo.